The sign mounted discreetly on the front of the building said, Monsters P.I. My destination. After parking in the lot on Main Street in my cozy coastal town of Mystic Harbor, Massachusetts, I got out of my car. I waited for a vehicle to pass before hurrying across the road and entering the building. Monsters P.I. had opened a few months ago and was run by Qatar Dolkin, an orc who used to do undercover work. He'd solved the theft of an ancient book from our local library and fallen in love with the librarian along the way. Rather than return to the orc kingdom, he'd decided to remain in town and set up a new business. Not long ago, monsters stepped out of the woodwork, more or less, or emerged from wherever they'd been hiding to join human society. Treaties were formed, and monsters took jobs, bought property, and started dating humans. Now, it was pretty normal to see a yeti loping down the street with full shopping bags in hand, or an ogre parking her truck in front of the new ice cream shop, Creature Cones. I stepped inside Monsters P.I. and walked over to where Bailey sat at the receptionist's desk. She used to be the head librarian at the local library. Now she was Qatar's mate and the curator of an exclusive orc manuscript collection. I heard she was filling in here until they could hire a receptionist. "Hey, Angie, how are you?" she asked, rising and coming around the desk to give me a quick hug. "Not so good," I said. "Oh." Bailey stepped back and leaned against the desk. "You didn't stop in to say hello, then?" "Unfortunately, no. Someone stole my potentially prize-winning kegs of stout from my microbrewery, Beastly Beer Co." Mystic Harbor had gone all in with the monster theme, changing business names to fit. Now, you got your hair cut at Claws and Curls. You bought your hardware supplies at Shriek and Nail. And the Salty Fang Pub had all the local microbrews on tap, including 3 crafted at my business. And those were just the names I could come up with off the top of my head. "That's horrible. Who do you think stole your beer?" Bailey asked, cupping her cheeks with her palms. "No idea. Detective Carter can't find any clues. That's why I came here. I thought Qatar might take on the case." "I know he'll be happy to help." She gazed toward the hall on her right, and I spied open office doors beyond. "Can you give me a few more details about the case before I go speak with Qatar?" "You must have heard of the Monster Mash Brew-Off. It's all the people of this town can talk about. It's next Saturday, right?" I nodded. "Everyone within a 100-mile radius will descend on the local fairgrounds to sample beer from almost 100 microbreweries,